Oromocto Council and Committee meeting Tuesday, February 18th at 2025 at 5:30 p.m. at the Oromocto Municipal Building. I'll ask for a mover, Deputy Mayor Mawini, seconder, Councillor Kirkbride. Questions? All in favor? Contrary? Motion carried. There's no presentations or delegations, so we'll move right now to the monthly departmental reports. We'll start with the Finance Committee. Any questions or comments, Council? Councilor Von Victor?
Thank you. We're just a procedural question, I guess. Keep seeing the water meter automated reading project is ongoing, and every month we keep getting ready for full implementation. We've entered all the data received from water and sewer. Seems to be going on for a long time. Is this going to end soon? Just curious.
So I know, your worship, from our perspective, it's probably going to take several years to get through all of the new meters and get them up to speed on the automatic readers. I know Treasurer's here. How many meters do we have right now?
Meters in total.
In total.
3,500 approximately.
Yeah, so you know, we only have enough in the budget to accommodate a small portion of changes as we move through. So it will take us a period of time to cycle through and get all the meters up to you know, those wonderful automatic readers.
Yep.
Any other questions or comments for the Finance Department, Council? No? Okay, we'll move on to the Clerk's Office. Any questions or comments? Right, we move to the Department of Human Resources. Any questions or comments? I just got a question for the work and alone policy. Is they're working on that, are they? Is it? Could you explain exactly what that entails?
Sure. So part of the legislation in terms of all workplaces, including town hall, is that you know, there needs to be a provision whereby people who know if they're here working by themselves have some check-ins to supervisors or other personnel. So you know, so that we know they're safe and accounted for. So of course, as you folks know, we have different areas, whether it be public works, because working alone in that environment is much different than the environment here at town hall versus the environment over at the fire hall. So there's some different iterations of that policy that those groups are working to get prepared and adopted. So that's what that would be speaking to, your worship.
That explains a little bit. All right, any other comments on that, Council? Okay, we'll move on to the Department of Engineering and Public Works. Any questions or comments or concerns? Deputy Mayor Mawini.
Thank you, Richard. Just curious if there were any updates in regards to the meeting that the Public Works Superintendent had with NB Power in regards to the solar lights that were defunct and were not working, and they were looking to see if they could come up with a solution to them.
I haven't heard anything as of yet, your worship, but certainly you can beg the question and ask if there's been a follow-up. As people are aware, unfortunately, energy power is a little slow at times, but certainly we'll follow up with the town engineer and see if there's been any progress and get it back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Worship. The only reason why I asked is I remember at the last TIC, they had said that they were having an in-person meeting with them the very next week.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could just get the answer and zoom it out to all of us, because I do know that there are solar lights all around town, so it'd be nice to know, did they find a solution? If they did, great. What is it? What is that process for finding a new replacement for that defunct badge that they received?
Yep.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Councilor Duff?
Thank you, Worship. On the note of lights, I've been traveling Mackenzie Avenue. going, checking out the nursing home, so I can see what's going on. And I noticed that strip from the high school all the way down is out, and it's been out for quite a while. Is that the one you were referring to earlier?
It wasn't, but I have noticed that as well.
Is that where the crosswalk is too?
Yeah.
Big for that crosswalk again, that keeps going on.
But it's not on it's not on the light side, it's on the, Mackenzie. So when you come out of, Mary Street, right back to the turn. And it's on the school side, that side.
Okay, good. Anyone else that has any questions for Public Works? Okay, we'll move on now to the Corporate Services Department. Any questions or concerns? Right, we'll move to the Department of Recreation and Tourism. Any questions or concerns? None? All right, we'll move to Oromocto Fire Department. Any questions, concerns, or queries? Councilor Kirkbride.
Thank you, worship. Not, just a statement more than anything, great job down at Deer Park. With the two structure fires. They were able to save a lot of. It was unfortunate what happened to the families that were involved, but they were also able to save those row houses. My sister lives in one of them right next door, one of the very first one I caught, like right next door attached to it. And she was back in it within a day. So great job by the guys.
Is that the one that didn't have the smoke detectors?
I'm not sure if that first one did or not, or if the second one did or not, and I really don't know which one did or which one didn't. I know, my sister was telling me that the guys were all down knocking on doors, it's in their report actually as well. Talking to homeowners about them, and, I don't know, they put one up for my sister actually as well, she had one that hadn't, she done some painting or something, so it hadn't been back up, and she said they were great. She said they were great and very much appreciative.
Yeah, it was great for the fire department to go down and check every house in there and check all the smoke detectors, because there's elderly there and there were some of them that the batteries were dead and. No, it's
It could have been a lot worse.
big time, really,
It could have been a lot worse.
serious. Okay, we'll move to the Planning and Compliance Department. Any questions, concerns? No? Okay. That is it. So. We will move to. Here we go. We'll move to administration. We'll start with 5A 2025 facility fee schedule. Jackie Dunn, Director of Tourism and.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Recreation. So I have looking for my reading.
I'm here this evening just to present what our staff has come up in regards to our fee structure for this season. This is based on our new structure that we've kind of taken on last year. We've gone to the hourly rates for the fields versus doing the per player. And then we've taken some of preliminary information that we received from Trace Consultants and where we kind of land in regards to our rates. If you look at our recommended field fee structure, you won't see a huge increase in our hourly rates. They're minor. You'll see for some of the ball diamonds, you're only looking at 50 cents per hour kind of increase. Just what we'll plan to do is over the next 5 years, kind of inch them up a little bit until we get where we need to be. That being said, you'll see a little bit of increases coming, especially in regards to the turf field. I don't know if anybody's down there recently. We're getting to the end of our lifespan on that one, so we need to start putting a little bit of money aside for capital for the replacement of that in the next few years. And as everyone is aware, with the new facility, our ice fees will go up as well. So we want to slowly prepare our users for that by doing slow increments to the hourly fees. The biggest one that might be of note that you might hear from our outside communities is an increase for our ice rental non-resident fee for our participants from $200 to $300. But I'm here to answer any questions that council may have on the facility fee structure as presented.
Questions, council? Councilor Dodd?
Thank you, Worship. The Mackenzie field and the mini fields, is the mini fields the little half ones that the
That's
smaller
correct.
ones plan? Okay, because I was looking at the 50 cent as opposed to the dollar, and I thought,
And normally, soccer as well will use all the fields, so then it kind of fixes
Right,
pretty
okay.
clear.
Any other questions, council? No? Okay. Thanks, Jackie.
You're welcome, thank you, Richard.
We move to 5D, the updated 5-year capital plan. With Treasurer John Thompson.
Thank you, Your worship. Last month, council had approved, staff make an application to the municipal capital boring board to bore for water sewer infrastructure upgrades, for $5 million. So as part of the application, we need to have an updated 5-year capital plan. So what was distributed to council was a 5-year plan from 2025 to 2029, incorporating items that were discussed at budget time for 2025, plus other priorities up until 2029. Basically, that's it. We need an updated plan in order to start the application. So that's, if you had questions about the distribution on there, you'll see the projects again. Like I said, we're on the budget discussions for 2025 that we're showing a mix of, funding from third parties, also pay as you go, and some of our reserves. So I can go down through the list if you like, just to. First ones you'll see are the first 4 wastewater projects that we have some remnant gas tax monies from the previous period that we can use. The next 2 big ones are the Wood Street sanitary force main lift station upgrades, Schooler Street Phase 1, water sewer upgrades. Those 2 total the $5 million that we're looking to lower because we want to get started on these projects. Then you'll see the next ones that go down from all the way down to the 3rd line from the bottom that says pipe renewal, water and wastewater. All those total there are the 15 million that we keep talking about that we need to do. So we just spread it over the years, but the initial 5 million is to get started with those 2 major projects. So, and then the lagoon potential Oromocto West Lagoon project is on there too. And again, keep in mind, this is a plan just of the things we know that are priorities and trying to plan ahead and spread them out. But we know, again, a lot of these are contingent upon getting additional funding from federal provincials, so.
Questions or comments, council? Okay. Thanks, John. We'll now move on to the municipal capital board application, and that's yours too.
You have the agenda, wasn't sure if it was next or not. Thank you, Your worship. If council's not aware, we consider replacement of the recreation and cultural facilities for a number of years. So you've had a number of presentations and recently in December, Collier's project leaders presented a presentation on the facility and then the CAO again in January. So in all those presentations and the discussion in our 5-year plan, it's talking about our portion being our share being 17.5 million. So what the ask is now is the same as last month with the water sewer application, is seeking authorization from council to make an application to the borrowing board to get approval to borrow that money.
Questions or comments, council? And? Okay. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
On that note, I will ask our mover for adjournment. Councillor Dodd, seconded. Councillor Whalen, questions? All in favor? Contrary? Motion carried.